This is the plaintiff, Alicia Brown. She says she hired the defendant to provide an inflatable bounce house, a magician, and a clown with an assistant to make cotton candy, all for her son's birthday party. Needless to say, she didn't get anything close to what she paid for. This was her son's first real party, and it was a disaster. So she wants her $650 returned. This is the defendant, John. He says the magician had trouble finding the plaintiff's house, so he was 10 minutes late. When he arrived, he was told to go home and was cursed at to boot. The plaintiff's nothing more than a hysterical woman who has lots of trouble keeping her emotions in check. And she's insane if she thinks she's going to get a full refund. He's accused of being a real bozo.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff hired the defendant to provide an inflatable bounce house, a clown, and a magician for a birthday party, but it just didn't happen. The defendant says the clown was 10 minutes late, so she's crazy. It's the case of the bozo no-no.
You're welcome.
Alicia Brown?
Yes.
You are suing. You've asked us to refer to you only as John. Are you the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, John's entertainment company, party company, for $650, the amount that you paid him for your child's party that you say was ruined because he didn't deliver what he was supposed to deliver. Tell me what happened.
Okay, on the date of July 21st, I had a party for Malachi, my son.
And how old, Malachi?
Yes.
And how old is Malachi?
He's 5.
5, okay.
Yes. Everything was started off good.
What did you hire the defendant to do?
I hired him for delivering a bouncy house. Also, along with that, I hired him for a magician as well as a clown.
A clown who was supposed to come with an assistant.
Yes.
Okay, according to the contract. And for that, you were paying $650.
Yes.
Before the party, you paid the entire amount. And what went wrong?
What went wrong is that the clown, he arrived late.
What time was the clown supposed to arrive?
The clown was supposed to be there between 6 to 6:30. He arrived at 6:45.
Okay.
Then he arrived alone. Upon arriving, I asked him, okay, where's the helper? Because there was someone supposed to be a helper to do the cotton candy while the clown is, doing his clown show. His helper was supposed to be assisting him. He said he was never supposed to have a helper. I was like, okay, all right. He proceeded to do whatever he was doing. That was fine. I believe he left like 7 o'clock.
And the magician was supposed to get there at what time?
Between 7:30 and 8.
So he could have gotten there at 8. Oh, sorry, 7:59. All right, let me see.
7:59, yes.
Let me see both of your copies of the contract.
Sure.
You're good. Sorry.
Okay, so the contract says 30-minute magic show arriving between 7:30 and 8. 1 hour clown package arriving between 6 and 6:30. All right, so go on.
Okay. I never heard from him. I have a copy of my bill when I started to call the magician. The guy that delivered the bouncy house, because that was the only number I had. I called him at 7:56.
Okay, and you have the phone records to prove it? Okay, and?
He told me that he had no idea where they were. He's going to contact John.
Okay.
So, okay, after that, I called the company. I told them I was upset. It's 8 o'clock. I'm driving kids home now. Where's the magician? No one knew where this guy was. Why wasn't I called to say, okay, I got lost in the progress, I'm on my way, whatever. He showed up at 8:25, and that's when my brother called me to let me know.
Where's
that
the
he's
rest
outside.
of this phone bill so I can see when your brother called me?
Oh, sorry.
Are you the brother?
Yes.
Okay, come on and stand up next to her. What's your name?
King, man.
Okay. And we won't air this
Sorry,
number,
Your
but
Honor.
your number is what? And I see that you have a call from your brother at 8:25. That's the time that the magician showed up?
Yes, the call.
And where were you at 8:25?
Dropping kids off.
Dropping kids off because the party ended at?
8 o'clock.
But why, if the party ends at 8 o'clock, why do you have a magician scheduled to show up anytime between 7:30 and 8?
After I couldn't find the magician, because people were leaving. No one knew where this guy was.
So
I
it
was
sort
calling.
of disbanded early because there was
Yeah,
nothing
but
else to do for them.
Yeah, it's nothing else to do. They were there from 2:30. They bounced all day. They ate their cotton candy.
Now they're bouncing off your walls.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
bouncy house was the best thing.
So when do you finally talk? Yeah, it always is.
It's huge.
When did you finally talk to the defendant?
I never spoke to him.
Ever? Okay.
Ever. I spoke to, as you can see on my records of my phone bill, I was always in contact with the
Bouncy house delivery man.
Yes.
What happened with the magician? Like he comes at what time?
Oh, me.
Yes, yes.
The magician came at 8:25,
And I asked him what time was he supposed to be there. He said between 7:30 and 8 o'clock.
And was he apologetic, or what did he say?
Yes, he was. He was like, yo, I apologize. He kept on saying like, yo, they booked me up. That was his exact words. He was like, they booked me up. They overbooked me. I apologize for coming so late. We went into another incident where we went to the company itself and we seen the guy.
Have you ever met him before? This is the first time you've seen him.
No, never met
Who was it you were dealing with?
We went to the company itself, where I signed the contract, where I got all the paperwork.
That's your company.
Yes. It's
but there's a manager or something else there.
Correct, but she was incorrect. What she was actually calling me, if you could see her phone records.
Are you saying she called you that night?
Yes, she did.
And what did you talk about?
I said, listen, I'm definitely work with you. You know, let me know. I apologize. It's just that the area is a little confusing. He's on his way.
Well, what did she say to you when you said all those things?
She was saying, I'm going to cancel. And I said, give us a second. I'm going to call you right back. The minute I called, I hung up with her. I pick up the phone. It's him calling, which is the magician.
But what time is it by that point?
By this time is 8:25, which is time.
Because that's when he calls her.
Correct.
Right.
Then he calls me back again. He says, look, she ends up canceling.
Okay. Well,
I said, all right, fine. Just tell her to give me a call back.
I have a question. You charge her $650 for X. You did not give her X. What did you do to try to make her happy?
Well, at that point, I said to her, listen, call me up on Monday. Well, I'll definitely work something out with you. It was on Sunday that she called up. She was incredibly hostile. She ended up cursing at my office, at my staff. She even threatened the girl that was on the phone.
What was he telling you that he would do for you?
I spoke to him Monday on the phone first before I went to his office on Tuesday.
And did he tell you
He said he's not giving me a refund. No, he said, I'm not giving you a refund. I was like, okay, I'm going to take you to court. He was like, okay, take me to court. I said, okay, you know what?
Were you demanding a full refund?
No, all I was demanding was what I didn't get to be, what was never given to me.
Was there supposed to be an assistant to the clown?
Absolutely.
And was there an assistant?
Absolutely.
You had an assistant to the clown?
Yes, there was.
Do you know that they're saying that the assistant never showed up, that the clown showed up alone?
There was one there.
Well, you're going to need to prove that, because I got two people who were at the party and one person who wasn't. And
Correct.
Both of them are testifying there's no assistant. She's about to show me pictures with no assistant. So who told you that they did bring an assistant, and that person better be raising their right hand to God right now and testifying?
There was an assistant there.
You weren't there. So you're just relying on somebody having told you that. Now here's two people who were there. Was there an assistant?
No.
Was there an assistant?
No.
Okay.
Well, this is complete news to me.
I don't know why it's right in their complaint.
I didn't know that was on the complaint. I just found that out right now. And then otherwise, I would have had proof to show you to indicate that there was an assistant there.
We're going to take a 5-minute recess, and you're going to get me proof there was an assistant there. How's that?
All rise. Okay, so the clown and the magician show up 30 minutes late. And the problem is that everybody had already left because the party kind of died. So does the plaintiff get her money back? That is the question.
I would say yes, because they're supposed to provide a service, and obviously they can no longer provide the service.
Do you give them some kind of a cushion here, and can they arrive 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, or do they have to get there right on time?
I'd say like 5 to 10 to 15 minutes late is reasonable. I mean, you got.
What about a half hour?
I'd still say it's still pretty reasonable, but that's just me.
Okay, it's your party, say. Okay, clown's 30 minutes late. Do you get your money back?
Yes or no?
You got a yes or no? You 50% chance of winning here.
No.
No? You do not get your money back. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Do you have more pictures of the party?
Yes, only in my cell phone.
In your cell phone? Let me see your cell phone. By the way, were you able to get any proof that the clown brought in?
I'm sorry.
Was the clown subcontracted?
No.
Oh, it's your employee?
Absolutely.
Would you know who the assistant, if I hand you pictures, you say, that's the assistant who went, or you have no idea who he brought?
I would probably be able to.
I see your phone?
Yes, I'm trying to get it up. I turned it off.
No.
Right.
These pictures still
I got a
don't-
feeling that, you need to have a little pep talk with your employees kind of thing.
Yeah.
As a businessman, especially in an industry like this where it's all word of mouth, you got to figure out some way to make the customer happy. And if the customer can't be spoken to because the customer is irate and the customer is crazy, I'm not saying you are, but there's plenty of moms who are so. I went to someone's party and every child was waiting for Barney to show up, and Barney did not show up. I am convinced this kid has psychological problems over Barney dissing him. but you're as a mother, you are crazed because you want a perfect day for your child. You spent a lot of money to give a perfect day for your child. And it's just so frustrating. It's not okay to show up 25 minutes late. It's not okay to show up without an assistant. So I believe that she's entitled to something. I don't believe she's entitled to what she's asking for. So let me just ask you a question. What kind of credit do you think is appropriate?
I was going to offer her $100 back for the magician.
The magician was $145. Why would you offer her $100? Why would that be fair? It's his job to get there.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, they don't live in a cave. You live in a cave?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so it's his job to find it. And in fact, he's telling me the guy was saying he was overbooking. Okay, we're not going to waste any more time asking you what you think is fair because what you said was eminently unfair. I happen to find that you're entitled to the entire amount for the magician, and I'm also going to credit you $50 for the assistant that I believe there's no evidence showed up. And therefore, I am finding in the plaintiff's favor in the amount of $195 plus, of course, your court costs. Okay? Good luck.
All right, so let's see what the party guy has to say. No clown here, so defense didn't go too well, did it?
Not as well as I thought it would be, but yeah.
Well, come on. I mean, it's not like you have a product that can be replaced if it goes wrong.
You're absolutely right.
That's a lot of responsibility that you're supposed to live up to.
You're absolutely right. And, like I said, there was other circumstances that the judge didn't hear, but that's fine.
What about a GPS?
Well, you can't find it in the GPS.
Okay, right down this way. Can't find it. Do you live somewhere that cannot be found in the GPS?
Of course not.
No, you live like out off the grid. Do you live off the grid?
I live in the mountains.
Right.
Absolutely not.
In a cave somewhere or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so how was the party? Was it all right?
The party started off good, ended bad.
Is the child psychologically
Traumatized?
scarred, like the judge said, because Barney dissed her?
No, didn't even notice. It was too late.
So the kid's all right, right? It's the parents who were scarred.
I was, yeah.
Harvey?
Okay, we always talk about this, if you're 5 minutes late, if you're 10 minutes late, if you're 20 minutes late, and it's all kind of murky. Here's what you do if you have a contract like this. Write the magic words. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. Those are magic words in the law. It means that you have to perform on time, and it's critical if you don't.